My beloved child, as you find this message, which is a miracle, and your prayers are not ignored, so you are here. If you can support Christian community by giving super thanks of $50 to $100, God is watching you. You can also support by sharing to your close ones. I need you to understand something vital. Not everything that broke you was meant to destroy you. Some things shattered so I could rebuild you without the limitations that fear had placed around you. The very areas you thought disqualified you are where I will demonstrate my greatest glory. Look again, not with the eyes of shame, but with the eyes of purpose. I have been weaving gold through the cracks of your soul. Where others saw damage, I saw destiny. You see, the pain didn't close your story, it opened it. It made you more sensitive to my whispers. It softened the soil of your heart so my truth could take root. I was not absent in your suffering. I was present in every moment. I was the unseen hand holding you when you thought you were falling apart. I was the breath in your lungs when you whispered, "I can't take anymore." And I answered, "You don't have to. I will carry you." You were never meant to carry the weight of healing alone. I am not the God who stands at a distance and watches. I am the God who enters the fire with you, who walks through every valley beside you, who anoints you right in front of your enemies, not after the battle, but during it. Yes, even in your brokenness, I saw brilliance. Even in your lowest moment, I saw light. And now I am calling that light to rise. My beloved child, as this next chapter begins, I need you to understand something vital. Not everything that broke you was meant to destroy you. Some things shattered so I could rebuild you without the limitations that fear had placed around you. The very areas you thought disqualified you are where I will demonstrate my greatest glory. Look again, not with the eyes of shame, but with the eyes of purpose. I have been weaving gold through the cracks of your soul. Where others saw damage, I saw destiny. You see, the pain didn't close your story, it opened it. It made you more sensitive to my whispers. It softened the soil of your heart so my truth could take root. I was not absent in your suffering. I was present in every moment. I was the unseen hand holding you when you thought you were falling apart. I was the breath in your lungs when you whispered, "I can't take anymore." And I answered, "You don't have to. I will carry you." You were never meant to carry the weight of healing alone. I am not the God who stands at a distance and watches. I am the God who enters the fire with you, who walks through every valley beside you, who anoints you right in front of your enemies, not after the battle, but during it. Yes, even in your brokenness, I saw brilliance. Even in your lowest moment, I saw light. And now I am calling that light to rise. Child, listen closely. There is a sound in the spirit that is growing louder each day. It is the sound of alignment, of divine order falling into place. Things you prayed for years ago are now being activated, not because you forced them, but because the timing is now ripe. There are angels already stationed at the borders of your life, moving people, shifting opportunities, even removing things that don't serve your calling anymore. You may feel the tension of things being taken away, but don't panic. I am not taking to harm you. I am making space. What you thought was a loss is actually a redirection. What you thought was rejection is my protection. And what you thought was the end is only the beginning. I am aligning you with voices that will see you for who you really are. I am placing you in atmospheres that match your anointing. You will no longer feel the need to hide parts of yourself to be accepted. The next doors you walk through will require your full authenticity. You don't need to dim your light to make others comfortable. I made you to shine, to reflect my glory, not fit in with the shadows. And now, every step you take will be guided by wisdom, not fear. Every connection will carry purpose, not confusion. You are entering a season of clarity and divine rhythm. Trust me, your name is being spoken in places you haven't even imagined yet. You've been asking, "When will it be my turn, Lord?" And I tell you now, beloved, it has already begun. The moment you trusted me in silence, when no one applauded you, when no one noticed your obedience, that's when heaven moved. You didn't see the shift, but it happened. In the unseen and the quiet spaces, I began to tilt the scales in your favor. The weight of your obedience has been recorded in eternity. Every time you resisted bitterness, every time you forgave without receiving an apology, every time you chose peace over retaliation, I saw it, and I am rewarding it. Not just in material ways, but in deeper peace, stronger identity, and clearer direction. I am aligning the pieces so perfectly that when it all comes together, you will weep, not in sadness, but in awe. Because you'll realize, I never forgot. I never failed. I never left. My love was working behind the curtain all along. And now, the curtain is lifting. Watch as everything begins to make sense. Watch as you meet people you never thought you'd meet. Walk through doors that seemed locked, and step into rooms filled with favor you didn't earn, because I gave it freely. That is what grace looks like. That is what favor feels like. This is your time, child. Not next year, not someday. Now, you are not behind. I need you to hear that again. You are not behind. Not one moment has been wasted. Even your detours have been woven into the greater design. I am the God who redeems time. I restore not only what was lost, but what was delayed. And when I restore, I multiply. The years you cried over, the seasons that felt silent, the chapters that broke you, I am gathering them now and binding them together into a testimony that will leave others speechless. They will wonder how you made it through, and you will say, God did it. Not luck, not effort, but divine grace. I will use your scars as signs, evidence of survival, but more than that, of resurrection, because I'm not just bringing you back, I'm lifting you higher. You were never forgotten. You were hidden for preparation, covered while I worked things out in places you couldn't see. And now, the cover is being removed. My light is about to shine on you, not for the sake of attention, but for the sake of assignment. You will be visible, not because you chased a platform, but because you carried my presence. And that light will draw the right people to you, those who see your soul, not just your surface. You won't need to force anything. My favor will do the announcing. I am healing your memory. The things you thought you had moved on from but still sting in the silence, yes, those who. I am going to the deep places now, not to hurt you, but to finally free you. That's why you felt so emotional. That's why you've been waking up in the middle of the night. I've been tugging on your spirit, whispering, let me in. Let me into the memories you've avoided. Let me into the corners of your heart you've closed off, even from yourself. I won't force my way in, but I'm standing at the door, knocking. And if you let me in, I will sit with you in those painful places. I will not rush you. I will not shame you. I will weep with you. And then I will wash those wounds. I will replace sorrow with sacred strength. You won't forget the past, but you won't be ruled by it either. The chains are coming off, piece by piece, until what once paralyzed you now becomes your platform. And when you share your story, healing will flow. Not just for you, but for those who hear it. Your voice will become a balm for others, because you dared to let me heal you first. That's how I work. I turn pain into purpose, sorrow into sacredness, wounds into weapons of light. There are people in your life I am removing, and there are people I am preparing. Not everyone can walk with you into this next season. Some were only assigned to a chapter, not the entire book. Don't cling to what I'm calling you out of. Their departure is not your failure, it is my direction. Some people were comfort in a season of survival, but you are no longer surviving, you're rising. I will send voices that call out the strength in you, not the weakness. I will align you with those who speak to your future, not your past. There are divine relationships forming behind the veil even now. You may not know their names yet, but they are being drawn to you in spirit. Your light is calling them. Your growth is attracting them. Don't shrink to fit into old molds. You have outgrown them for a reason. The new ones I bring will fit your soul like a key in a lock. There will be peace, not confusion. Joy, not anxiety. Your tribe is coming, and when they arrive, you'll understand why everyone else had to leave. It's not rejection, it's refinement. And I am faithful to complete the good work I began in you, including the work of connection. You are not meant to walk alone anymore. Help is coming. Now hear this, beloved, I have already gone ahead of you. The places you're afraid to go, the conversations you're dreading, the decisions you feel unprepared for, I've already stepped into them. I see what's around the corner, and I say to you, don't fear. Don't stall, just trust. I am opening doors that will feel too big, too fast, too good to be true, but they are from me. When you walk through them, you will feel peace even in your trembling. That's how you'll know it's me. I don't just give opportunities, I give the courage to walk into them. You don't need to figure everything out, you only need to follow my voice, one step at a time. The lamp I give is not for the whole path, but for the next step. I've never asked you to have it all together, only to be willing. To trust, to obey. You've been faithful with little, and now I am about to make you ruler over much. Not for your ego, but for my kingdom. Because I trust you. Yes, even with all your questions, even with your broken pieces. I trust your heart. And now I am about to blow your mind with what I've prepared for you. Get ready. The tide is turning. The winds are shifting. Your miracle is already in motion. Type Jesus is our Savior. Beloved, I know how weary your soul has felt. I know the nights you laid awake, staring at the ceiling, asking me silently if things will ever get better. And I want you to know they already are. Not because everything looks perfect, but because you are finally starting to surrender. Your yes has power. Every time you said yes to me when your mind said no, heaven responded. The resistance you feel is not a sign to give up. It's a sign that something is about to break. You are close to the edge of release. I am untying knots you didn't even realize were holding you back. And I am doing it without chaos. It won't take trauma this time. It won't take crisis. You've matured beyond that now. You're hearing me more clearly. You're trusting me more deeply. And because of that, I can accelerate what once had to be delayed. You've passed tests in silence that no one saw, but I saw. I recorded every quiet act of faith, every whispered prayer, every moment you chose integrity over comfort, and now I am unlocking blessings that were stored up for this very season. The drought is ending, the cloud is forming, the rain is coming. Get ready to receive. I am also restoring your laughter. Yes, that deep, pure laughter that has been missing for far too long. You've smiled to get through days, but I'm about to fill you with joy that doesn't need to pretend. A joy that bubbles from your spirit even when life isn't perfect. A joy that makes no sense to the world, but makes all the sense to your soul. Because it's not based on circumstance, it's based on me. I am your joy. I am your reason to hope again. And soon, you'll find yourself laughing at things that used to make you cry. That's what healing looks like. It's not forgetting, it's overcoming. I will put a song in your heart and strength in your bones. Where depression tried to sit, joy will rise. Where numbness tried to stay, passion will return. You will no longer just exist, you will live. I didn't call you to survive your story. I called you to live through it. And now, I'm breathing fresh life into your dreams, into your relationships, into your very identity. You are not who they said you were. You are not who your mistakes painted you to be. You are who I say you are, chosen, loved, restored, redeemed. And you're about to feel that truth in your bones. There is a moment coming, and it will seem small, an ordinary day, a simple choice, a quiet nudge, but it will be the turning point. Stay sensitive. Don't ignore the subtle movements of my spirit. I don't always shout. Sometimes I whisper. I don't always send lightning. I often come as stillness. Be present. Stay aware. Because in a moment you least expect, the door will open. And not just any door. The one you've prayed for without words, the one you've dreamed about and almost gave up on. It's not just coming, it's on the way now, but it requires your readiness. Prepare your heart, not your resume. Prepare your faith, not your defense. You don't have to prove anything to anyone. This opportunity isn't earned by man's standards, it's given by my grace. And when it comes, there will be peace. Peace that makes you pause and say, this must be God. And it will be. I orchestrated it from the beginning. I've timed it perfectly. You just keep walking, keep trusting, keep expecting, because your miracle won't be loud at first. It will whisper, and then it will roar. Don't miss the whisper, child. That's how I often begin my greatest works. As this part of your journey closes, let me leave you with this. Nothing you've endured will be wasted. Not a tear, not a heartbreak, not a moment of loneliness. I use everything. I am the master artist. And even the darkest strokes on your canvas are turning into a masterpiece. What looked like chaos is becoming clarity. What felt like the end is becoming the beginning. And what seemed like silence was filled with strategy. I have never stopped working. Even when you couldn't trace my hand, my heart was still for you. You are not forgotten. You are not behind. You are right on time because you are in my hands. And my hands are gentle, precise, and powerful. I don't drop what I hold, and I am holding you. Now lift your eyes, beloved. Breathe in hope again. Lay down the fear you've carried for too long. You don't need it where you're going. The season you're stepping into requires boldness, faith, and open hands. I am giving you beauty for ashes, joy for mourning, and praise for heaviness. I am not done with you. I am just getting started. Walk forward now. Your name is being called. Your time has come, and heaven is smiling. My precious child, I know how heavy this journey has felt. You've been carrying silent weights, burdens no one else could see. You've smiled through storms, stood tall while trembling inside, and held on to hope even as it flickered like a candle in the wind. I saw all of it. I was right there. In the room where you cried quietly so no one would hear, in the moment you almost gave up but didn't. That small act of holding on was not small to me. It moved heaven. Your endurance is not weakness. It is strength born from the fire of faith. And now, because of that faith, I am sending a holy release. You will feel the shift in your atmosphere. You'll feel peace settle into rooms that once echoed with anxiety. You'll feel me more closely, not as a distant God, but as the Father who has always been near. I am stepping in with power. What was stuck will move. What was blocked will open. What was delayed will accelerate. And it won't come with pressure. It will come with flow. Divine ease. Because what I'm doing now is not forced, it's ordained. And no one can shut the door I've chosen to open for you. You've been wondering if your prayers are still being heard. You've been asking quietly, God, are you still with me? Do you still have a plan? And I say to you now, yes, I am here. Yes, I always had a plan. Even in the detours, even in the silence. My plan never changed. What changed was your capacity to carry what I promised. You've grown, you've matured. You've let go of things that no longer align with your purpose. That wasn't by accident. That was me pruning your soul. Not to harm you, but to prepare you. And now the fruit will come, the harvest will manifest, not just in external things, but in internal peace, in emotional healing, in the restoration of joy. There is a deeper version of you emerging now, the one I always saw, the one that's been hidden beneath layers of shame, fear, and false identity. But I'm stripping all of that away, not to leave you empty, but to reveal your true self. You don't need to become something else. You need only to return to who I created you to be. And that version of you will walk into rooms with quiet authority, not because you seek attention, but because my light will shine through your authenticity. There's someone specific I've assigned to walk with you in this next season. A relationship that will not drain you, but pour into you. A connection not born of convenience, but of covenant. You've had your share of betrayal. You've known what it feels like to trust too deeply and be left too quickly. But this will not be that. I'm bringing someone whose spirit aligns with yours, who will see you not as a project to fix, but a treasure to honor. You don't need to chase it. You don't need to manipulate it. Just stay in my presence, and I will cause your paths to align. When it happens, there will be no confusion. My peace will confirm it. You'll feel it in your bones. I am the God of divine timing, and this time you will not settle. This time, love will not cost your peace. This time, you will be seen the way I see you, fully, deeply, and without fear. Because I am not just preparing them for you, I am preparing you for them. This connection is not about fixing loneliness, it's about fulfilling purpose. And when you both come together, the light between you will shake the darkness around you. It will be holy, it will be healing, it will be real. I'm doing something generational through you. This is bigger than your current struggle, bigger than your current season. I am rewriting your family line through your obedience. The curses that followed your bloodline stop with you. The addictions, the anxiety, the patterns of brokenness, they will not follow you into the future I'm preparing. Because you said yes to me, I am breaking chains that go back decades. You will be the one they remember, the one who changed everything. And yes, it feels heavy at times. That's because you're carrying the weight of a shift that stretches beyond your own lifetime. But I will give you strength for the weight, grace for the assignment, rest for your soul. You don't have to carry it alone. I am lifting it with you. I am placing people around you who will help you carry the vision. You were never meant to build alone, and you are not building for now. You are building for eternity. Generations will rise because you refuse to give up. Your children and your children's children will walk in freedom because you dared to heal. You chose me, and now the blessing is multiplying. Legacy begins now.